The Brothers Terry are family. Sadly, that does not mean they are family friendly. This podcast almost certainly contains language that will offend their mother, and probably yours. Sorry, moms. Also, their opinions that you probably don't care about may or may not be shared by those who sponsor this podcast.
This is our warm-up.
Me.
Dum, 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 dum. I'm really glad we're hanging out because there's no time like bro time. Cue that theme song.
We should just keep it out.
I actually want to write our own, and I think we could do it.
10 times better than... Yeah, we could.
I've actually been
I don't know where I was going with
working
that.
on an acoustic song.
Have you really?
It's not well right now. It's coming together.
Good.
The Brothers Terry are family.
How did you know? How did you know?
I'm Jamie. I'm the oldest brother, and my eye color is root beer brown.
Where do you come up with this shit?
Well, he's not wrong.
I'm Steven, and I'm the middle brother, and my eyes are Pepsi brown.
I am Russ. I'm the youngest brother, and my eyes are the mailman blue.
I'm so glad we decided to stick with fucking physical traits to do our intro because Mailman Blue is my favorite shade of blue. I've been looking for that because we need to paint our halls downstairs, and I didn't realize I want Mailman Blue.
When we
What is
have
it?
when we have merch, I really hope that one of the colors you can pick is mailman blue.
It's
blue.
gonna be now. Absolutely.
It's just a creepy white shirt with fucking blue eyes. That's all it is.
well, it's like silhouetted blue eyes and like just the top of like a postman's hat.
But it has to be the postman from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. What was his name?
Feely, right?
Friend.
Yeah, Mr. Feely.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Is that right? Is it Mr. Feely?
Isn't it? It's Mr.
Or is that
Feely.
like the perverted mustache guy on the Elmo show?
Oh, I think you
No,
might
that's
be-
Mr. Noodle.
Dang, I'm too far behind in my children's shows. Well, while Russell looks that up,
Yeah.
I've got some housekeeping notes that I want to bring up here. First of all, we have Deep Voice Guy who records our intro, which I love because he warns the moms about the
Yeah.
cursing that we do. And I really appreciate that. He's a friend of mine, and he does awesome voiceover work. You can find him at echogines.com. That's Echo Gines, Gines. He's really good. But I noticed that when I first had him record it, I had him talk about sponsors. And I just wanted to point out we don't have any sponsors, even though I had him mention that sponsors don't share our opinion.
Where'd they go?
Oh, where hashtag where did my sponsors go? So I thought maybe I'll cut it out, but then I'm like, no, I don't want any extra work. So I'm just going to leave it in. But that being said, if you want to sponsor us, that would be great. That way what he said matters.
We also have to pay him, and he's getting real anxious. He's really antsy for that check that we promised.
Yeah. So if you want to pay him for us, again, his website is echogines.com, or even better, sponsor our podcast, and then we can pay those outstanding invoices. The late fees keep stacking up. So, and then from last time, Russell had mentioned the online thing you can order. When I said we're going to talk about birthdays and bullies, you said like that online thing you can order.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, what? So here's what I did is I went to birthdaybullies.com, and this is what I found, boys. Welcome to Birthday Bullies. Birthday Bullies. Let me know some information about your bulldog so I can publish a birthday post to Instagram and let everybody know about it. And you have a place here to enter your bulldog's name, the birth or gotcha day for your dog, and your Instagram account, your bulldog's favorite food, and your bulldog's favorite activity. I thought Birthday Bullies was the best, most wholesome website I've accidentally stumbled upon in my entire life.
So
it's
is-
just some old lady who,
Bullies is the plural for bulldogs?
I guess.
Yeah, now it is.
And I was so excited to post my bulldog on there. And then I remembered I don't have a bulldog. So I don't know why this website exists. I can't find any information on whose it is or why it's there. There's no pictures. It's just a form where you can enter your bulldog's name and your Instagram account. And
So far, they've just asked for information about whomever's bulldog. What are they doing with this information? What's the next step?
everything I read, that's the entirety of the site.
You just give them ambiguous information about your bulldog, and they just put it in their pocket?
All it says is, welcome to Birthday Bullies. Let me know some information about your bulldog so I can publish a birthday Instagram post to let everyone know about it. That's the whole website. And then it has a form for you to enter the name, the birthday of your bulldog, and your Instagram account. And
That's
your
actually awesome,
bulldog's
though.
favorite food and your bulldog's favorite activity. I thought it was the coolest thing.
That's way cool. We could get these dogs famous.
right. It was the best thing I've accidentally stumbled upon Instagram.
Maybe she has like a really popular bulldog page, and then she shouts you out to get more followers.
I don't even know because there's nothing else on this page. That's the entire website. I'm not kidding.
I'm so curious. I really want to plug a bulldog into this now. And can we please get Molly Meatball on there and then follow up later?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I wasn't gonna specifically point out family members' dogs. I almost went and bought a bulldog just so I could get it onto birthdayBullies.com.
No, let's
Do you
ask
think
our
it-
family if we can make them Insta famous. We can make Molly Meatball Insta famous.
I think that'd be great. Alternately, I was hoping for kind of tying it back. I would love a sponsor, birthdayBullies.com. If you want to be our sponsor, that would be great.
What if you don't use a bulldog? Do you think they kick you off the site and that you can't use it anymore?
You have been banned from Birthday Bullies. This is a Pekingese, you idiots. Yeah, so that's all my housekeeping notes is just mention the Deep Voice guy does say something about sponsors. We don't have a sponsor. If you want to be our sponsor, that's great. If birthdayBullies.com wants to be our sponsor, that's even better because we accidentally discovered your website and
Yeah,
I
you
love
give
it.
us sponsorship and we'll give you bulldogs. We'll provide the dogs. You provide the sponsorship.
Endless bulldogs, guaranteed. In our last episode, you had mentioned the Tybo summer. You kind of plugged that, and we talked about a little bit how we're going to be bringing back the good memories of our Tybo summer.
Oh, the Tybo summer. I know what Tybo summer is. I've got Tybo summer on lock in my head. What do you guys think? Like, what comes to your guys' mind when I say Tybo?
So when you say Tybo, I'd totally forgotten until you brought it up that I was all about Tybo, and I don't remember why or how I got into it. I think Mom picked up the DVDs.
VHS.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was VHS.
Was it VHS?
I swear to God, yeah.
because we had that silver dual VHS DVD
yeah,
player.
yeah.
It was still on the cusp of merging over from VHS to DVDs.
Yep.
Pop in that tape. Was it Mom's exercise tape?
Originally, yes. Or she had borrowed it from someone or something like that. We had the green ones, the red ones, the blue ones. You were kind of privy to the green. You favored them. You favored the green tapes. I'm not sure what the difference
Well, I
was.
was going to say, what's the difference? Now I want to know.
Oh, man, I should have looked him up. Because
I think one was more like aerobics, whereas this one's more, I don't know, fucking jazzercise or something.
if I
no
recall
idea.
correctly,
Sad.
it was more of the boxing stuff.
Yeah. It was
Isn't that
like
what Tybo
Brazilian,
is?
like kickboxing, sport of the future. It was
Sport of the future.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like boxing meets aerobics and just movement, just just getting people off their asses.
I think because I wanted to be like superhero boy, so I wanted to learn how to fight. And Billy Banks was
You
going
wanted
to
to be
teach me
Billy
to fight.
Banks.
And I was into it, man.
You were, but no. Do you remember anything specific before I take over the Tybo summer?
Not necessarily. Nope.
Perfect.
The only thing with dancing I remember is Mom used to wake up in the morning and Dance Revolution in my room. Cause
Oh yeah,
that's where the gaming
because
console
Billy
was.
Banks let us all down. We had to move on to DDR.
That's all I remember about
Wait,
dancing.
she would literally play DDR in your room?
Yeah, so
Yes.
that was her exercise in the morning. She would come in at she'd wake up at 6:30, come in at 7:15, and I would just hear the icon of the console turning on, and I'd turn over and just see Mom doing one of those things.
Well, she
Kinda
said
hard
she
to
was
put
going to do
those
it for a
things onto a
while
mic,
because the other option would have been to move the PlayStation 2 into the front room and stuff like that. And Russell was like, I want to keep it in my room so I can play my games. And so she was like, fine, I'm going to come play Dance Dance Revolution. That's my workout. I'm going to play that in your room. He was like, all right.
Got me to school on
And
time.
she did it, yeah.
Man, what obscure workout routines we have.
We'll try anything, man.
You know what I want? I want the Billy Banks DDR remix. I need a Billy Banks.
I think
That would be so intense.
Someone needs to bring Billy Banks back. He did his best.
But that's what I remember from the summer. The Taibo summer is doing Taibo and being super ecstatic about it. And if I know me, which I know me, I did it for maybe a solid 2 times.
No, I'd say more than that. But I mean, like, it was you were into it though for the few times we did do it. But it was just like it was either our first or one of our first summers unsupervised. Like we weren't going to babysitters or anything like that. Mom put you in charge, but she gave you responsibilities, and you were specific. Like, okay, like if you guys want to stay home, you got to get things done. So she made sure that your tasks were to make sure that Russell and I wake up. We don't sit in pajamas all day. We get ready, have breakfast, and get chores done and get like moving. Don't just be couch potatoes all day. She didn't want us to do that, and so I don't know what exactly made you want to do this specifically, but your idea of that was to wake up, to get all the grogginess out before breakfast. I don't know. I think Russell joined us a few times, but I specifically remember you just sitting there on the couch wrapped in a blanket while Jamie and I did it. But
nothing wakes you up better than a bowl of Fruit Loops and then a 45-minute session of Taibo.
You would make us do it before breakfast. You said you wouldn't let us get cereal until we finished Taibo.
I made you do Taibo before we could
Because you said we have to wake up. And so you would turn it on in the front room. You would watch the video tracking for a second, and comes in and everything, and you would be into it. You'd be going with Billy. You'd be like, all right, punch, 1, 2, go, double time. You'd be looking at me with these huge eyes like, come on, let's do it.
I need to bring that back, man. That was good stuff.
I just remember double time. You would always.
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I remember it fondly.
But did you enjoy Taibo? Or was it something I pushed you into doing that you didn't want to do?
He just wanted his cereal, man, so he had to do it. Probably.
It was more like, yeah, it was fine to get up and do it and stuff. I was just stoked to be home for the summer. The only thing you tried to actually force on me was your enthusiasm. It's like, come on, double time, go.
Well, I'm here. I'm glad to see that it worked.
That's really the only thing that makes the Taibo summer. You know, like I said last time, I included it as a whole of all these different stories and things that happened in that summer. But that's how we would start many of those days.
Oh, I love it. Every morning when I wake up. Billy Banks my shit, bro.
Pour yourself a cup of Billy Banks.
A cup of Billy Banks. That's good stuff.
He's 63 now.
Did you just Google that?
I did Google him.
Oh my god!
Wow, how does he look?
Damn good.
Well, that's because he fucking does Taibo. Obviously. Yeah, I bet Billy Banks refuses cereal to his children before they do their daily dose
Absolutely.
of Taibo. Do you want Fruit Loops?
Can't have those sugar smacks.
Get those fucking get those sugar smacks out of my hand. Out of your hand. So you do the Taibo. No, you don't get. You didn't double time. You don't get seconds. You can't come back for more.
You want double? You got to do double.
So there's Billy Banks, and then there's a new Billy Blanks Jr. that's doing Taibo stuff now.
Billy Banks or Billy Blanks?
Billy Blanks. He calls it Dance With Me Cardio Fit, though.
Dance With Me Cardio Fit.
That name is not catchy. Not as catchy as Taibo.
Billy Blanks.
Taibo is too good.
Like Taibo it's an icon. It's a thing. It's a title. The other one's just like, hey, come do this with me.
The other one's literally blank.
And that's his name, but like the title of his show is just like, hey, get up, come do aerobics.
Okay.
I think we've been saying it wrong this whole time. Google is now saying it is Blanks.
Dang, I was thinking Banks.
Oh, it's Billy Blanks?
That's what it's saying.
Dang.
Oh.
I apologize to Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks is the Taibo guy?
Yeah.
Double time.
But see, it says, yeah, half the things on YouTube say it's Billy Banks, then half of them say Billy Blanks.
Maybe it's
I think
because
these are two different people then.
No, I think it's because halfway through his Taibo, he was like, okay, and now we're going into and he forgot and he totally blanked. And so now he's like this. Now he's Billy Blanks. That's how you know you're at the end, because when Billy forgets the rest of it, that's it.
It's over.
We're doing Tybo and Billy Blanks.
It'll come to me.
That was a bad joke, Jamie.
That was a terrible joke, but I'm into it.
I'm getting you this for your birthday.
What is it?
The whole set on Amazon.
Yes.
How much is it? I'm curious.
Oh, let's see. That's not all of them. That's just one of each color.
Well,
Hurry. Double time.
Sorry. $20.
$20 for the whole set?
One of
VHS?
One of each, and they're DVDs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I don't have the combo player anymore. I threw that out.
Can't double time.
The green one was called Boot Camp. Maybe that's why you like it, because we were all into shit like that.
What do you mean we were into shit like boot camp? What does that mean?
Like army men and shit. I remember just playing with army men, and I don't know. Fuck, maybe it was me.
No, I always remember playing with Army Men.
I see what you mean. Like Army Men and like the video game Army Men playing against each other, and the toys, obviously, and Toy Story, like Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers.
Yeah, that's on Hulu now, and I wanted to watch it so bad with the kids last night.
I watch it at least once a month.
It's so good.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Oh, he's absolutely serious.
Are you serious?
loves that
100%. It's one of my
Loves
favorite
that
movies
movie.
growing up, and I still watch it to this day.
Nick Nitro.
Demolition is my mission. Alan Abernathy, 330-555-0125. Don't call that number.
Have you called it?
No, but that's just a line that's just stuck in my head.
I'm pretty sure Russell could quote that movie in its entirety, start to finish.
You really do watch it that
I
often?
do.
He does.
Yeah.
I think we need to get together as brothers and maybe just watch it one
Can we
day.
record it and watch it? Can we make that like a weird special episode or something?
I would have to check on the copyright laws on that, because I'm almost positive it's against all of them.
We don't have to. I mean, it's,
We could try. I think we should.
and if we're going to talk about it, we don't have to say small soldiers. We can be like little armies.
Maybe that could be
Little
like
armies.
little armies. We could do a recreation. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're
Just
gonna
something.
We're gonna print out the script, and we're gonna
not
That's
as fun as
probably
watching it.
Steven just wants to watch a movie.
That's really long ago. Getting out. I just want to watch.
I think
the
we
movie.
should try. That might be. Maybe we could make that a special thing. I think we can. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna see what we can do.
Greetings,
Russell, what are
Alan. Now shut up.
No, shut up. What are the monsters called?
Gorgonites.
Gorgonites.
Oh,
I want to be a Gorgonite.
who would you be? Which Gorgonite would you be?
Zaniac.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
Or I'd be the one with the big stone on his fist. I don't even... Hammer... Oh, fuck. What's wrong with me?
It's Hammer something.
It's not Hammer Fist, is it? Is it Punch It?
It's not Punch It. I think Punch It is a Billy Blanks direction.
Punch it is a Billy Banks direction.
Blanks. God damn it.
Billy, no, that's when he doesn't remember what the direction is.
And this whole thing is us not remembering the name of this character.
We're Billy Blanks.
Slam Fist. That's his name.
Slam Fist.
Slam Fist. That's who I'd be. Because he talks like this and doesn't know what's going on. That's my impression of him.
That sounds like you're like an old man with like a senile old man. Are you sure he didn't? I thought he
That's your
sounded more
Zoom-
like
It's your Zoomer voice.
Yeah.
I thought he sounded a little more like Morocco Mole. Oh, secret squirrel, Morocco Mole.
I think it's visual. I think we need to watch it so that we can get into it and maybe make that a special. Maybe that's how we can get our sponsor.
Our Christmas special.
Yeah, Small Soldiers, if you want to sponsor us, if you're still around.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Well, I was actually going to bring up the point earlier of I was going to ask Billy Banks or Billy Blanks, whoever has more money, to sponsor us. But sounds like if they're selling 50 DVDs for $20, that they're out anyways. They're just cleaning house at this point. That's a going out of business sale.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, so the summer of Tybo, there was a lot of adventure in that summer. And I think I'm thinking of all summers that we had growing up, and now they're all the summer
They're
of
all
Tybo.
one
It's
summer.
all one summer.
I think I kind of have done that in my head too. Like I took the best and worst of all summers and condensed it into one super summer.
Yeah, because when I think back on growing up summers, it's not like, oh, the summer of, or oh, this summer or that summer.
It's all one summer.
But I think of summer, everything that happened during summer, it was us. It was the summer, and I know a lot of that included
who you were as a person growing up.
Which was a shitty person.
Not a shitty person, maybe a shitty brother.
Whoa.
To me, at least. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to.
He's right there.
I told you.
dude.
I said this was
He's
going to be
right there.
I told you this was going to be a heavy Jamie bashing episode, but I do want to make it clear.
Dude, I was like
This
10
is-
years old. Anything you say is not going to hurt my feelings.
I know, but
as
like-
a 33-year-old adult.
Even so, I just want to clarify that's who you are, not who you are. This is who you've become.
I used to be a little butthole. Like,
You were a
Yeah.
dick.
I know. I know that about myself.
I just sugarcoated it for you. I pillowed it, but like you were a dick.
Oh, I'm very aware of that, but I'm glad because I think it made us closer now. This will sound terrible, but I was so mean to you when we were growing up and mean to you, but it made me love you more because as I grew up and realized how uncool that was, I felt like I had to like counteract it and be extra nice and extra friendly and just have extra love. So even though I was a dick,
It made you love us more because you realized you were losing us.
yeah, exactly. Oh no. When you constantly berate people, it pushes them away. So, yeah, but
Oh, man.
I remember 2 times regarding a bicycle
As do I.
that I pushed you to do something you didn't want to do. And it was always because I wasn't ever brave enough to do it myself, but I thought, oh, we'll make Steven do it. We'll make Steve. It's kind of like on karaoke night. Nobody wants to do the karaokeing, but they want everyone else to. Oh, go sing Journey. Do the Maroon 5 song. No, I won't do one.
No,
but I
no.
won't. But you do it.
I can't sing fastball right now, but come on, you guys can do it. That's like 3 drink Steven versus like 7 drink Steven, who's just like, no, I couldn't. Oh, okay, and I pull a microphone out of my jacket. I haven't even warmed up. Okay, here I come.
I'll give the fans what they want.
No, but I wanted to ask Russell. Is this just me and Jamie talking to you, or do you also have memories of Jamie being like specifically Jamie being a dick? I know that I was too in many ways to you growing up, but
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like he was the older brother. Of course, he wasn't a dick. He was bigger than me.
he was a dick.
Older brothers pick on younger brothers.
Yeah, that's just how it
happens a lot.
goes.
Older brothers
And, like-
even pick on younger sisters too, according to some of Alicia's stories.
Well, I was curious if this was going to start out as me talking about these more memories of how horrible my older brother was, and then Russell being like, "Oh, you think you got stories? I have that times too." You know what I mean?
You and I were just a lot closer in age.
Yes.
We were only a couple years apart, so we spent a lot of time together, and I took a lot of stuff out on you.
Oh.
Specifically, I don't know why.
Yeah, there's a 5-year difference between you and me, Russ.
Yeah, I
Almost,
think so.
like
Yeah,
7 for
I'm
you guys?
25, right?
And I'm 32.
Did you just ask me how old you are?
Yeah, I don't remember sometimes.
That'll only get worse too.
Oh, God.
I think a second ago I just said I was 33, but I'm not. I'm 32.
Fucking Zoomers.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
need my ginkgo below.
see, I don't think Jamie was mean to me. He just did what older brothers do.
Well, like examples. What are some shitty things that he and/or I did to you?
I did some of his chores all the time.
Did I make you do
Oh my God,
All
yeah.
the time, both of us. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I'd be doing one thing, like, so if I was cleaning the tub or something, and one of you guys would be like, "Well, you might as well just clean the sink. It's right fucking next to it. You might as well do that." And then I'd see not 1 but 2 crosses on my name. One go like when Mom would write the list for us. Oh, I hated those.
Well,
But-
no, she would write them with the dry erase markers on the calendar board sometimes, and I remember we would each have like these equal amount of chores, but Russell and I would walk up and do a look at our chores, and like 2 or 3 of them would have been erased and in penmanship that's not Mom's place.
yeah,
on
like
ours.
rewritten some. Oh, it was like okay.
They'll never notice.
No.
I'll just write it down.
Yeah,
I was such a clever little kid.
You would try to add notes, just like sweep the kitchen and do the dishes, and then just kind of. I think you would think in your head like, "Oh, that's going to be suspicious. They're gonna question that." And never mind why.
Never
like something
mind
like that.
why.
I remember most of the time
This is Mom, by the way. I love you.
when you guys really wanted to go somewhere or do something that I guess Mom and Dad would have a hard time letting you do. We would always do the chores and finish them by at least before Mom's lunch break when she came home sometimes. And then when she'd come home, you would make me and Steven sit on the couch with a book. Pretending to read like good little children. And she'd come in and be like, okay, The house looks great.
It's us, so we would have the entirety of Mom's shift to get them done. We would get them done within the hour before she got home because we're procrastinating
Of course.
assholes.
That's what I remember is hearing the garage door.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's what I'm saying.
sweeping and vacuuming and fucking dusting everything I could see.
Where we would hurry and finish our chores, and then we would be sitting there watching TV or something, and like the garage door would open, we would hear it, and he would like throw books at us and turn off the TV.
Yeah, my
You wanted it
favorite.
to look like you were just expert babysitter for Mom.
And I was. She tells me all the time, what a good babysitter
What
I
a
was.
great babysitter. No, my favorite is when she came in. We all had scriptures open. I don't even think mine were the right way up because like that's how fast we put them in our hands.
Upside down?
Yeah, and then that's when she came in and she's like, "Okay, what do you guys want to do?"
What are you talking about, Mom? We're just reading our scriptures.
Yeah, we do. I just am enjoying this Bible passage. Let he who is without sin among them
Cast the first
stoner.
Oh, so, I don't remember how it went.
That was right.
I was stoned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cast the first stoner.
Stoned.
Mom wasn't the
That was a
only
passage by Billy Blanks.
Mom wasn't the only one that I like faked reading my scriptures to. I would do it to my teachers and stuff all the time in Sunday school. And like I remember I had a go-to every time somebody asked me what I recently had read or what I was just reading as they walked up or something. I'd be like, "Oh, this is Jonah and the whale." Always Jonah and the whale.
Interesting.
But sometimes it would be like the Book of Mormon and not the fucking Bible.
Jonah's not in the Book of Mormon.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was my go-to. It was just like, oh yeah, these are just collections of stories, right? Like,
Oh, I knew that's what you were saying, but I was putting that out there for those that don't read the Book of Mormon.
Or Bible.
So you say I made you read books? I remember a specific time that I had picked on you that involves books. You were asleep. We were supposed to be cleaning our rooms, and your room was across the hall from mine, and you had fallen asleep underneath your bookshelf. And so I went to wake you up.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I thought it was you.
I'm sure we both did it at one
I
point
had
or
one of
another.
your pillows, and you wanted it back.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No, well, I remember throwing the pillow at you from my room, so I hucked it at you from across the hall. But I didn't hit you. I totally missed you with the pillow. I hit the bookshelf that was right above your head, and it hit the shelf, and the shelf came off, and so the books just slid down.
one at a time,
crashed into
comically.
your head. Yeah, and it was so perfectly comically timed because
thud, thud.
bunk, bunk. And you didn't move, and we just thought it was the funniest thing because they fell one at a time.
Like a,
Yeah,
like kept sleeping.
you kept sleep, and it made it that much funnier.
Oh, see, I remember it.
But then we kept trying to do it again. So we were trying to hit the other shelf. We were trying to make more books fall onto your head because it was just so funny.
See, I thought I had Steven's or your pillow or something, and one of you guys tried to yank it out from under me, and so my head fell and hit the shelf, and that's what made him fall. But then I still didn't wake up.
We do have a lot of stories where you hit your head though. Do
Oh, like on the bunk bed?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that story. The red and metal bunk bed that we had.
I shouldn't remember, but I do.
We had these awesome giant, like literally giant black pillows that Grandma made for us, right?
Yeah,
She made those, yeah.
they were huge. They were like 3 or 4 feet by
Oh yeah, she took
2 or 3 feet
like,
there.
Basically took 2 blankets and just stuffed them with stuff and whatever, and
Pillow
sewed them
stuff.
together, pillow stuff, stuffed them together, sewed them up, and they had these giant pillows that we each had. We threw both of those on the ground, and much to Mom and Dad's, rules, we would jump off the bed onto them like we weren't supposed to do. But one time specifically, Jamie was swinging Russell by his ankles.
I remember we each had one of your feet. We were each holding one of your ankles. I had your right foot. Steven had left foot, and we were swinging back and forth.
No.
It was just me.
You're still trying to involve me in the shitty things that you did. I was on the ground.
It's been 20 years, and I'm still trying to incriminate him for things that I did wrong.
I was on the ground, and I remember you had him by both feet, and you were swinging Russell, and you dropped him, and it was, he falls on the pillow, had fun, comes back up, do it again, whatever. And you had your blonde ass hair bowl cut and everything.
Yeah.
So when you would hang, your hair would just hang down lower. So funny. But I don't remember if you were like faking him out or what. Like, how do you remember what unfolded?
I was swinging him and it worked fine the first time, but I specifically remember thinking I have to swing him outwards. Otherwise, he's going to fall straight down, and that's not going to be good. But the second or third time we did it, I was out of strength because I was just a little kid and I was fully like swinging you by your feet, and you were older. I mean, what were the age groups just to kind of get an idea?
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either. I had to have.
Maybe I was 5.
Yeah, and
That
so
sounds right.
Yeah, you were probably around 5 years old, which would make you
7-ish, 8.
and that would put me around 10, 11.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were 5 years. If I was 5, you'd be 10.
What?
I thought we were 5 years apart, weren't we?
Well,
Four or five.
I'm just ballparking it, but yeah.
just to get an idea of like just a frame of
Reference.
size. Yeah, frame of reference for our sizes. But yeah, so I was just a little kid. And so the second or third time I swung you, I was obviously weak and tired at that point. And so I couldn't fling you out as much. And so you went whoop straight down.
Straight down onto the support bar.
Yep, the support bar of the freaking bed, the bunk bed.
But it wasn't like he hit his head really hard like a rag doll and fell onto the floor. Ouch. It was comical. It was like a cartoon. You hit it and your body, you just like, you stayed vertical. You were like it's flat like a plank, like a board, just clunk, and then you
up.
fell over at a 90-degree angle, like flat. Your whole body was stiff the whole time.
And then it was kind of quiet. And then slowly like a siren.
Do you remember what you did next, though, Jamie?
If I know you, I put a pillow over your face to muffle the sounds of your crying.
You parkour leapt over the top bar onto the pillow and shoved his face into the pillow and like both hands and looked up like a meerkat while looking for mom to be there already. Just kind of like,
You're okay. Don't tell mom.
oh. So it started out as a siren, but it turned into shoving his face into the pillow. It explains a lot, though. Sorry, we hit your head so hard.
Huh?
I've got another.
Make you deaf.
I've got another Russell story. That you're probably too young to remember, but that was enough of you. I'll come back to that. I want to talk about those where going back to forcing you to do things that I wasn't brave enough to do or too lazy to do. What, Russell? You be the judge. Am I going to talk about pushing him to do things I was too lazy to do, or pushing him to do things I was too scared to do? Which one do you want to hear first?
Scared.
Okay. And you know right which one this is, right?
Oh, immediately.
We live basically on a mountain.
Really, really big hill with a kind of like a natural, almost canal kind of formed after it rained and stuff like that. Because there was like another dirt path that people would walk on like directly behind their houses and stuff before it went into this giant hill. And like every summer, or every winter, people would like all the kids we would take our sleds and stuff up there. And like there's a little tiny hump at the bottom though. It almost made a very small jump. And
Yes.
yeah, but it's all
it was open
It's
fields
all cul-de-sac neighborhoods now.
Yeah, but everybody was up there on their motorbikes and ATVs. That's right. And I remember we'd walked our bikes up there, like they weren't mountain bikes, they were street bikes.
No, so okay,
Dad
so we
built them.
we are remembering the
Yeah.
same story. It's not that we had street bikes. Well, let me ask: do you remember going down the hill or making me go?
I remember being too scared to go down.
See, that's where I think you're wrong. So, because I remember you did go down. Because growing up, our dad made all of our bikes. We never went to the store and bought a bike. And Dad got really into it, man. He found somewhere, I don't know if it was a junkyard, pawn shop, whatever, but he found this really, really cool, lightweight, like trick bike, like GT bike frame. And it's made to be aerodynamic and like be light so you can do tricks and stuff like that. He found the frame, and then he just, doing what Dad does, he got like,
He pieced it all together.
Yeah, he pieced it all together. The wheels started turning in his head. He was like, we could really make this a cool thing. And he got handlebars. Like he got everything. He got the really, really cool like off-road blue bike tires and stuff for it. He made you this really, really cool lightweight street bike, basically, like you said. But you could do like jumps and tricks and shit with it. And then by the time I was like, oh, Dad, can I have a bike too? He was kind of like, his momentum was gone. He was just like, yeah, sure. And he, maybe he spent all his money on your pieces too to make your bike all aerodynamic and stuff. My bike was super, super heavy, just like the heaviest metal, like piece of shit clunk he could find in the junkyard, and everything. He built me a bike that I still appreciate. I rode it everywhere, appreciate it to this day, but My bike was insanely heavy. Yours was very lightweight and aerodynamic.
I don't think he was just like giving up on your bike. He built different kinds of bikes. He built one.
That's true.
Here's
That's
the
true.
BMX bike because I had BMX friends. The bully that we're going to talk about in a minute, Colin, he was a BMX biker.
I remember.
And so he built me this BMX bike that was for tricking out and taking off jumps.
Maybe
and
I just
doing
remember it
sweet
differently.
tricks and
Maybe it's like middle child syndrome, or I'm just like, I'm forgotten. You get the shit bike, whatever.
Because I had that bike, but he also built me another bike that was more for riding in the street and not for BMXing.
Russell, how many bikes did Dad build you?
I just got whatever you guys didn't.
Okay, just making sure. Jamie gets 2. That's fine.
I had at least 2 and a red Coca-Cola bike.
Oh my God, I forgot about the Coke bike.
Yeah.
That thing was sweet.
I thought it was Code Red Mountain Dew.
It is. Nope. Code Red Coca-Cola.
Okay.
That's the thing?
Nope.
Be delicious, though.
No, sorry. Not to distract from the story. You don't remember going down the hill, though.
I remember.
See, I remember getting to the top, and I was pussing out. Like, I don't want to do this. And you were like, it's not a big deal. Check it out.
No,
and
you're
then
right.
You went down the hill, and off the little hop at the bottom, you even did like a sweet little like tail kick, just like,
Oh, that's right.
And then you got down, and you like power slid. It was super fucking cool. Something out of like Brink or like some Disney movie. You like power slid and looked up at me. You were like, come on down, man.
Flip my hair.
Yeah. You're like, no problem. You got this. And then we didn't consider that I had this heavy as shit, like, clunker bike, you know, and I went down the hill, and I remember just kind of like starts picking up and rocking and everything.
You started getting the wiggles and the
And, like,
handlebars.
I remember looking for the little bumps and stuff in the dirt road, so I could like kind of pull my front tire up so that I don't just hit them straight on. And so I was trying to like, you know what I mean, just rocking with each one. But before I'd even reached the bottom, I got maybe 10, 15 yards, still fairly close to the top of this hill, and immediately I hit something, and I just go flying off my handlebars and just rolling down the hill. Like I rolled down to the very, very bottom, and I looked up just in time to see my bike coming behind me and like landing right on my back, like the tire like it hit the front wheel, and the whole thing came up and swung over, and the back tire slammed me on the back, and I was just like sitting on the ground, and I looked up at you. You had this like, oh shit, look on your face.
Yeah, now that you say that, my BMX friends had been out up at my house or up at our house the week before, and we had all gone down that hill, and they were showing me, look how cool this is for our BMX stuff, because I wasn't like proficient in BMX biking, but a lot of the kids I hung out with were. So they were showing me like, yeah, look, you can fly down this hill and hop. So we were doing it all day. So that's right. I was into it, and I had been experienced on it because the whole weeks leading up to it, I'd been playing on that hill. Then I took you out there that day. Oh,
it's not like
no.
we went down a few times or anything first and we're comfortable.
I didn't even show you how to do it. I was like,
we had just gotten there. We had pushed our bikes up. You had mocked me the whole time for being slower than you, for trying to push my heavier bike up the hill. And we finally get there, and I was like, this is too steep. I can't do this. And you're like, no, man, check it out. And you go down. You look so, I'll say, like, you look fucking sweet going down like, off the hop and everything. Just like, do it, bud. And
as soon as you mentioned how cool I looked, that's when I remembered. Oh yeah,
I
was
was that.
I did do that.
yeah.
Yeah, but I did. That was a good time when I forced you to do something that you did.
You peer pressured me
did.
into going down because I wanted to just walk my bike back down the hill.
I peer pressured you to do a lot of things. We rode our bikes down to, on several occasions, we would ride our bikes, I would say a couple blocks down to the local gas station, but the closest gas station to our home was downhill the entire way, and it's probably 1.5. I was
going to say about a mile and a
probably
half.
2 miles.
Almost, yeah.
Probably longer.
To Linden Elementary, it's 2 miles from
Yeah,
Mom's.
Linden Elementary up to that church
Yeah.
is 1 mile.
That is 1 mile.
Because we
so
would
the
always do
rest
that
is
mile run for the elementary
yeah.
school.
Mini marathon.
Thank you. Mini marathon.
So yeah,
I'm a Linden leopard too, man. Come on.
How deep do you guys want to go? Because we're the Linden Leopards, and we're here
Fuck, I
to
don't remember that.
entertain you.
I don't remember that at all.
We'll do our best to entertain with rhythms, rhymes, and blues.
Whoa, he knew the second verse. That's the whole song, right?
Sing it loud enough, but never sound precocious.
Something, 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 something.
Toast us. I don't know what rhymes. I don't remember the rest of the song.
Dang, that was a lot more
completely-
than-
No, it changes key. Like, let us entertain you or something after that.
Were you in the choir with me, or were you separately?
Probably something else you made me do. Yeah.
That's how I remember it. I remember being one of 3 guys in the entire elementary school choir, and one was me because I wanted to be there. One was you because you didn't want to be there, and I forced you to do it. And then the third was, again, Colin, the childhood bully, because he wanted to make fun of us.
I have no memory of that at all, to be honest. I remember.
Well, you remember the whole goddamn song.
Yeah. I just wanted to make Mrs. Swenson proud.
Oh, somewhere she's, and I know she's audience. She's listening. She's beaming right now at
I
you.
hope so. To get back on it though, 2 miles from our house to the gas station.
Thanks for pulling us back on track.
Anytime. And the gas station at the time was it's called Walker's. They're I think they've been bought out by 7-Eleven now. They don't do that anymore. And so often though, you were right. All the time we would ride our bikes down to Walker's. They had a Taco Bell built in there. We would go get ourselves a hard taco.
Yeah, tacos.
Then we would grab
A couple sody pops.
soda
bags.
pops, Gatorades. They had grab bags, which was literally like a creepy white unmarked bag that just had random Smarties
Yep.
and treats and other bullshit in there.
for
you
a
could
quarter.
buy for a quarter.
25 cents. You get your assorted treats.
My
But we would
favorite.
get our sodas and Gatorades, treats, candy, whatever, and then we would take the rest of it back home, usually in a backpack. And except you would oftentimes you didn't want to get like the 20-ounce bottles because you wanted more soda than that. So you would get a fountain drink and you would make me put it on my little cup holder that I had on my bike because you didn't have one on yours because it slowed your GT bike down. And
I made you carry my fountain drink?
yes, and
Did you get a fountain drink?
probably not. You would never say like, you have to do this because I'm a big brother. You would always like offer it in a way that like would make me think, oh yeah, I should do that. That'd be the nice thing to do. He's right. Like you would manipulate
Well,
it.
I can't carry this myself.
Yeah, no, exactly. He would guilt me and manipulate it into being like, hey, I don't have a cup holder. I guess I'll just get it bottled. And I was just like, no, I can get it for you. And like, oh, thanks. And you walk away all devious.
It's really delicious. Wish I could carry it, but I don't have a holder. Oh,
No, but
thanks.
one day we forgot the backpack.
Yeah, we didn't have the backpack.
We didn't know what to do. But we sure as hell weren't going to go back home empty-handed. No
way.
treats. And oftentimes Mom would take advantage of it too, and she would have us get the red coconut zingers because she loved those
Oh, she
little
loved those
loved those
zingers.
zinger cakes.
Still does.
Yeah. I guess we
That
could
was a
carry
good trade.
Yeah.
We'll pick up you can go to the gas station, but you have to bring me back treats.
Yeah, fair trade. And so we, just had the cashier bag it up for us and everything. And then we were stuck in the parking lot for I don't even know how long, trying to figure out how we're going to like be able to carry this bag. I'm sure we were fucking idiots, like put it around our necks or something at one point. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, I stuck it on one handlebar on one side, so you had the bag, we'd stick it on the right handlebar, and it would pull the bike to the right. So
Yeah.
well, that's not working.
You tried to do that, and then it was just like rubbing against your tire.
Stuck
That
in
didn't
the
work
tire.
either. Since you couldn't figure out what to do, you were like, oh, I have an idea. Steven, put this on your handlebars. I remember your argument being that your handlebars were closer in together and mine were farther apart.
And so it's less
So
likely to hit the
less
and
likely
rub
to
on
hit
the
the
tire
tires,
because
yeah.
mine was rubbing on the tire over.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was some bullshit, but you still remember it justifyingly like that.
Yeah, it's because I was right. I still am. It was rubbing on my tire. That's
So,
just a fact.
I had to take my
you can be
heavier.
sad about facts if you want, but they're facts.
I had to take my heavier bike and put the heavy bag of shit on it now and go uphill while you mock me, I don't know, 30 yards ahead, like, come on, slow poke and all this shit. Got to do more typo, I guess.
Yep,
Wow.
I was ahead because I was the typo master, so of course.
And I would be riding, I'd be trying to pick up the pace like you were telling me to. I tried to go faster, but because I was doing that, the bag was rocking even more and more. And I was getting scared. I was barely watching the road. I was watching the bag because it kept like going in and out of my spokes, going like a pendulum as we were riding. Like, I was getting scared.
It was fine. You just needed to
Sorry.
hurry.
Yeah, I just had to hurry. We got to get home now. We're not going to have time to watch SpongeBob. Whatever the fuck we were doing, I don't remember.
I just wanted to get home so I could eat my treats.
Probably.
I was in a hurry to eat my treats. Oh, the whole thing was uphill, and I was done by the time we got back to the top of the hill. Because the top of the hill is where our cul-de-sac turnoff was. Mm-hmm. So we get to finally the top of the hill, and that's pretty much the entirety of the 2-mile journey.
And I was just going to keep on walking back, and you were like, "Get on your bike, it's flat now." I was like, "Okay, fine." So I did.
It's taking so long.
We are in our neighborhood, in our cul-de-sac.
We're literally 1,
finally.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses
away.
Seven houses away down from being home.
So I start writing it. You were ahead of me watching it this whole time because you were waiting for me to catch up.
I
to
stopped.
you.
I turn around. Just go. I'm yelling at you. Hurry, come on.
And you were gonna not start pedaling again until I caught up to you, so we could be together. So you're just watching me the whole time, like leaning like a badass against your bike. Like, come on, dude. And so I'm rolling. I'm trying to get faster. I'm kind of watching the bag swing, hitting my spokes on the tire. And then all of a sudden, sure enough, once I get fairly close to you, the bag and whatever treats inside just gets stuck. The whole front tire stops, and everything just goes up and over. Like, just flips me all the way. The bike is upside down.
Completely lifted.
I fall flat on my back, knock the wind out of me. Like, I flipped over completely.
Yeah, that was full straight over your handlebars.
Full rotation, straight over the handlebars like a fucking rag doll.
Ass over tea kettle, 100%.
Slap on the ground, knock the wind out of me. Just in time to look up and see my really, really heavy bike swing over and land. The seat landed right on my arm. Just, and I remember hearing this pop when it did it. So I'm just sitting there once again while Jamie's looking at me like, oh shit, once again.
Do you know what I immediately did?
Probably went home.
I immediately went and grabbed the bag and put the stuff in it and set it to the side. And then went to see if you were okay. I had to make sure
the sodas are going to spill.
Because wasn't it a bottle of soda pop?
Bottle of soda pop or a long hard ass Laffy Taffy or something. I don't know.
I just remember the cap of the soda pop bottle got all scuffed, and I was like, "Oh no, did it open? No, it's okay." And then I went. And you were crying, and I was like, "You're okay. Crying. It's fine."
I don't remember exactly how. Did you go and tell Mom? Is that what happened?
The neighbor across the street witnessed it, and she was a nurse.
She witnessed it, and she came out to me. But I remember as she was running up with
the neighbor lady that she was coming over to help, and I was like, "Oh, he's okay, and she's like, "Oh, let's just make sure."
Yeah, you're reassuring her. He's fine.
Yeah,
we do this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember she was trying to orient it and twist it in some ways, and I'm sure I put on more of a show than was necessary. But it's like, no, it hurts. I can't bend it like that. No.
You were a panic child. You had to panic about, what if it's broken and it's going to fall off? I'm so glad that despite me being so terrible to you and always picking on you and making you do these things that ended up hurting yourself, that in both of those stories now you've described me as badass and sitting there looking all cool. I'm glad that's how you saw me. In your mind.
Well, that's exactly why I was pressured to do all this bullshit in the first place. Is like, Jamie's a badass. I don't want to let him down. He wants to hang out with me. I looked up to you for a long time.
Did you see me as a badass, Russ?
Outside of home, yes.
But in the home?
What does that mean?
Well, in the home, I was scared of you.
What?
I was scared to like piss you off. Not like
inside he's a terror, but we go to the wait. Inside the house he's a terror, but we go to the fucking macaroni grill for dinner and he's sweet.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like when we were out and about, you did do a lot of cool shit. Like when we would go to the store and they have those pillars in the front, so you can't drive your car through the door. You would like hop up and jump over the pillar, and like that kind of shit would blow my mind.
Parkour over the parking pillars.
Like stuff like that. I thought you were a badass outside of home, but in the home, I just wanted to make sure I did whatever you said. And then if I ever fought back, I knew I was in trouble.
And it was probably because of that. The story I was going to tell about when I picked on you is when I fed you a fly.
Flies, yeah.
It was more than one?
More than one.
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah. In the windowsill, nonetheless. Yeah. Probably been sitting there cooking for God knows how long.
At least it was cooked.
No, I think one of them was still like clinging to life, like couldn't fly, but was trying to stay alive.
Yeah, we'd killed this fly. Mm-hmm. I remember at one point it was alive. Well, I guess that can be said about all dead flies. But I remember this one who I initially fed you, I think was alive until I killed it or pulled its wings off or something. But then I wanted to feed you this fly because I convinced you it's a raisin.
You did with all of them. You pulled off the wings and the legs and maybe even the heads and convinced him that like these are raisins, and you like popped them into his palm.
I loved raisins when I was a kid.
You did.
Yeah.
You like you turned him down, like put him into his nice, like eager open palm and everything. You're like, they're raisins, huh? And they're really good. And Russell didn't have a second fucking thought. He just just popped them. Popped them like some pills and just like starts to chop.
Yeah, and you weren't quite sure on that first one. You were like, that was weird, and I was like, oh, I don't think that was a good raisin. Maybe it wasn't a good one. Here, this one's a good one.
Another
and
one.
That's the fly I pulled from the windowsill.
That's
And that was when you were really young. That was way before I gave you brain damage on the bunk bed. I tried to smother your screams with the giant pillow.
Oh, man.
Do you remember what he did? Like, did he just kind of shrug it off? Like, those are weird ass raisins, and walked on and moved on with his life, or was he like, ew, gross, or anything?
No, you guys always told me after I'd finished the second one, it's just like, I don't think those were good raisins. And then I walked away.
Those definitely weren't sun kissed.
Those definitely were not Those were not brand name raisins. Those are generic good value raisins.
Not even great value, good value.
Just good value.
Just good value. I remember you not wanting to eat the second one, but I made you do it.
Yeah.
And I remember to this day you humoring that and okay, whatever, I'll eat it. Okay, and you just did, but
Russell had a lot of injuries though. Not all of them were privy to you and me being dicks or anything like that though. You remember eating breakfast one morning and we were watching Deep Blue Sea.
I was sitting on the table in the kitchen.
On the counter.
Yeah.
Jamie and I were on our chairs on the other side. You were sitting like Indian style on the counter with a bowl of cereal in your lap.
The best part is I had seen that movie multiple times, so I knew it was coming, but it was the scene where Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by that shark after that glorious speech.
Spoilers.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It came out in like 98.
Yeah, but after he finishes his big old long spiel, the thing pops up, and right when it popped up, when we were watching it, I knew it was coming too, and so I was like waiting, but it still scared the shit out of me. And then I fell back off the counter onto the floor, straight onto my back. Cereal flies.
The noise you made though, you just, wow! As he flies backwards off the counter.
And I remember just you guys laughing, coming over, and I was laughing but crying because it hurt.
But you had cereal in your mouth and your nose. You were like choking and laughing.
Oh,
Cocoa
shit.
Pebbles just.
Good time.
Yeah, man, you hit your head a lot. You smashed your noggin a lot.
Good.
it explains a lot. It explains why we have what we have now.
Like talking about that dirt road that you guys were talking about. Do you guys remember building that little climby path to like the middle? To me, it felt like it was like 50 years up in the sky, but it was probably more like, 15, maybe 10, 15 feet off the ground. But you and some of the neighborhood kids had built a dirt wall and then like a little cave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we dug out some of the cave and we put some plywood up above and underneath, so it was like a little.
Yeah.
To us, it was a castle, but it was a really unsanitary, shitty, like dirt nook.
Yeah, and completely unstable.
Yeah.
We put
collapsed on us at any minute.
But we put like that little teeny tiny like black radio FM boombox out there, and like we had bags of cocoa roos and stuff, cereal. But we didn't like bring them from home. We just filled up a bag and left it there. So God knows how much like rainwater and dirt and bugs were getting into the cereal. But we'd still go out there and munch our cereal and turn on our tunes.
See, I remember that. I remember trying to get up there. You guys had climbed up into the little cave area, and I was trying to get up into it. And then I fell off the dirt wall. You remember this?
We flipped.
Yeah, I scraped the whole, like every little foothold that you guys made. I like tried to grab onto and ruined them all.
You fell down.
Busted all of our.
Yeah, and then I fell.
You skid down this wall you would have to vertically climb up the dirt wall to get there, but you skid down like a cat on the freaking drapes. Just.
And I fell flat on my back, and it wasn't that high to me. Like I said, it felt like forever up there. But then I just remember you coming down being like, oh, shit, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was laughing but crying at the same time, didn't really know how to react. And then you walked me home. I remember that.
See, I told you. Many of our stories would involve you crying and us walking you home. It always end that way.
So the bullies, okay. So at this point, it's going a little long. So I can't go and talk about this the childhood bully as much as I wanted, but I had this close friend growing up through my later elementary school years. Do you even remember Colin Russell?
Do you know who Colin was?
No, not at all.
I describe him and remember him in my head as a as a Bash brother from Mighty Ducks. He was just this like dull, like hockey head dick.
He was a hockey player, and he did have he had the build for it, and he had the attitude, and
he had the same like Bash Brothers attitude.
He really did.
Oh, chest bump and all this shit, you know. And he also really, really loved the band 311 and got you into them until you weren't friends anymore, and you've hated 311 ever since.
Is that why?
I was going to say, is that why you hate them?
Yes.
Interesting. I never liked them.
According to Colin, you loved them. You looked up to Colin the way that I looked up to you.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. But he was always he picked on you all the time.
That's a nice way of putting it, yeah. Colin marks the time in our brotherhood or friendship even, or whatever you want to call it, as children, where I finally turned my back on you and just said, I'm done with Jamie.
Yeah, because I remember that because I never stood up for you. I never tried to help.
You always watched it as it happened, and I remember hating you for that. Not to bring this into a shitty tone now.
I didn't encourage it though, right? Like I was never like actively beating on you.
No. You never encouraged it or participated. You just stood by and did nothing. Just watched.
I realize now that it sounds like I was guiding that conversation. Now I never helped him, did I?
Did I, Steven?
Did I help
with
ever?
Your fist raised above the mics.
Got the mute. My hand hovering over Steven's mute button.
You never participated. You never encouraged him to do it. But you just didn't do anything about it because you were afraid probably that he was going to do the same shit to you or something. I don't know, or that you'd get in trouble.
I don't know. Like I just craved his approval, and I don't know why. He wasn't even. I remember hanging out with him because he had an N64, and we didn't have a console growing up, really.
See, I can relate to that. I had plenty of friends who I used for video games.
Yeah, so that really was a lot of it. Is I used him for GoldenEye. And if I ever wanted to play GoldenEye, I had to put up with him just smacking you around.
I had to go to Matt. Yeah, you had to put up with that. I'm so sorry. Right. What a fucking burden.
That was a sacrifice I was willing to make so that I could play GoldenEye.
You say you smashed me into the wall. Like what's that you're remembering?
Well, I remembered that it was at school, and he, for whatever reason, I think was just passing you by, and he would always take an opportunity to knock you around a bit anytime he would pass by you.
Cliche, like kids getting picked on TV, like freaks and geeks and stuff like that. He would slam me into the lockers and stuff.
Yeah, I remember him slamming you into a wall of the school on the playground.
Yeah, the new gymnasium, the brick wall.
You had some kind of audio player.
No, I know what you're remembering me. I know you're remembering, but this wasn't me. He would do this to me and my friends, like sequentially, like, all right, line up, nerds, for your poundings. And he would he slammed me into the wall, and then he slammed Jeremy into the wall right after that.
He slammed
my friend Jeremy into the wall right after that.
This fucking guy. He has to give the full name, address, and phone number of every person we talk about. Anytime we do this, he's got it.
In this particular, I understand with our neighbors, but in this particular case, it's more of a shout out to my friend. I think he would be okay with it. I don't have that clarification from him.
All right, what's his name?
Jeremy.
And his last name? Do you have his social security number, bank account?
428-97. Go fuck yourself.
No, sorry, I interrupted the story.
He picked me up, slammed into the wall. He would pick up Jeremy next, and he slammed him into the wall. Jeremy was always such a trendsetter, man. He always had, like I said, like the Batman toy. He always had cool shit, and he had this really bitchin' denim jacket on that had the inside pocket that he would put his Walkman in and headphones and everything. It was really cool.
So it wasn't yours.
It was mine. It was Jeremy's, but he broke Jeremy's. And
well, you were pretty pissed because I remember you looking at me. And just like the pleading look in your eyes that was like, are you gonna do something? Yeah, your eye, your good eye. Out of your good eye, I saw all the pleading of as if it were two eyes, and it was just there. Please, are you going to do anything about this?
You were standing there in your Raiders jacket with your hands in your pocket, just watching me. You didn't even look concerned. You were just like, "Yep, this is what Colin does. He does this."
Well, that's the moment I realized you weren't my friend anymore. I realized if I don't do anything, this kid's going to walk away and he's not going to be my friend anymore. But I didn't want to stand up to him. I was too scared. And so if he wasn't picking on you, he was going to pick on me. So I let him pick on you so that I didn't get picked on. Just more of me projecting onto my younger siblings stuff I don't have to deal with. But I remember you being like, okay, done being Jamie's friend.
Mm-hmm. And specifically after that, yeah.
And I didn't do anything.
We
about
really
it.
weren't friends again
like,
until
okay.
$5 pizza.
Yeah, and that was when we had a job at $5.
Like I remember you vaguely in between those years, like Jamie likes acting now. He likes theater, and like Jamie he's into hemp bracelets with Porter now. Cool. Like you were always just there, but I didn't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, and that's where it stemmed from. Mm-hmm. Was just because I hung out with a guy who bullied you, and he was a bully. He beat the shit out
of me. He was. Well, do you remember the toy that I had? That was Raylan got it for me for one of my birthdays. It was this stuffed green monster. There's really no other way to describe it.
And it was round and bulbous.
It was round and bulbous. It had almost no torso, just like short ass arms and legs coming out of this like blob of a body. And it had the only thing that was a very, very predominant, like carved out predominant physical characteristic on it was they gave it like this perfect ass. Because I think it was supposed to be like a funny farting monster or something.
Well, I was gonna say I could remember you. If I'm remembering correctly, you could like stuff it with things or put stuff in it. But now that you're only talking about the predominant ass, I don't want to talk about stuff in it anymore.
Okay, it had nose holes, and you could put things in there, but it definitely wasn't built for you to do that.
That's why you're right. That's why I'm thinking of stuffing because we would stick things in the nose all the time.
It wasn't built for stuffing anything into it through any orifice, but we would. But I remember one time Colin was sleeping over and he was doing his Colin thing. He was beating the hell out of me in my bedroom. He was walking away and I took that green stuffed animal and just so pissed off and like flung around like a freaking ninja, just went and I threw that toy at him and it hit him square in the face enough to like knock him back, and he fell and hit the back of his head into the wall and everything. And he looked up and blood was coming out of his nose. And he looked at me with this, like, I'm going to fucking kill you look on his face. But just when that happened, Mom had heard it and walked down the hall. And like a dick, he turned and saw her and he just went, and held his nose like because he saw Mom watching. So he put on the show that I was really hurt. Mom was just pissed at me, just like, how could you? He's our guest and all this stuff. Yeah, but that felt so good.
I can't believe you picked on my friends like that.
I know.
Wow.
Dick.
Wow.
No, I remember I felt that was the first time I had a serial killer tendency awaken inside of me because it felt so good to see him bleed.
Oh God, Jesus! This took a terrible turn.
Oh man,
it felt so good to see him bleed.
No, it was just like after all the pain he caused me, like I finally, for once, was able to hurt him back, and it felt so good. And you were like, you didn't know what the fuck was going to happen next.
I was scared.
You were looking at him and me. Just
I thought he was going to take it out on me. I don't know why I spent so much time with that tool.
Oh, we all had friends like that.
I don't know. Did he ever pick on you, Russ?
God, if he did, I can't remember it.
Well,
he's had too many head trauma injuries.
Well, earlier you had said you weren't the victim of a bully, but you were the bully to victims.
I was the bully in elementary school. I would go into the lunchroom. I would just push kids just fucking because. I was a little bit of a bigger kid growing up until I got a prescription for Adderall, and then I lost a bunch of weight.
Then just muscle.
Huh?
Muscle Russell.
Yeah.
You were a little bit. You were a little bit on the husky side.
Oh, I was very big comparatively to the kids.
Fat shaming your brother on the podcast. Good job.
That's not where I was going with that, but okay, husky boy.
No.
I was going to ask if I could post my favorite picture of you of all time.
The one with me with the polar bear mug?
Polar bear coat.
Polar bear coat.
It's on my Facebook, so please go ahead and
I'm going to share that on our Twitter.
Yeah, no, I was a little bit of a huskier kid, and kids would make fun of me, and so I got pissed, and I'd push them around to bully them. The recess ladies, the ladies that would watch you at recess had to watch me around certain groups of kids because I would just usually get in fights. I'd pick on them. Wouldn't like go swinging fists or anything, but I'd push them around.
Did you do it a lot with Kyle?
No, he was a few grades ahead of me.
I don't remember that about you.
See, because this.
After I turned my back on you, I think I was just done with brothers for a while. Actually,
I remember you guys being really close after that, and I remember being almost jealous of that.
Yeah. How did it feel? You were outside the window at that point. Now,
well, everybody in the neighborhood was like 2 years younger than me, 18 months, 2 years younger than me. I was pretty much the only kid my age. Everybody was either 3 years older than me or between 2 and 3 years younger than me.
Yeah, your age group in church and stuff, there weren't many people there.
Yeah, and so I spent a lot of time feeling alone and awkward, and that's when you do that as a child, you end up in theater. So be careful, parents, because I became the weird theater kid.
From Billy Banks to
Billy Banks
to Tay Diggs.
From Billy Banks to Tay Diggs. But yeah, so I mean, it worked out for the better for me, but I just remember being really jealous of you guys being such close friends. I remember
You pound it.
Remember that, and then eventually around the era of Russ saying, I don't do that anymore, is around the time you and I started becoming close friends again. You were 16-ish, 15, 16.
Yeah. Around that age. Really fast, just back on the topic of bullies, I just remembered this. I used to be a complete ass to Ron.
Oh.
Yeah, like Samurai Ron, he fucking hated me. His family hated me, and then they moved in right next to us.
Did you influence him? You motivated him to become a samurai?
That's what, yes.
He needed to protect himself when he moved into our neighborhood.
And that's why he wanted your katana.
So he could
because
beat
he
me.
was going to
make it
defeat
poetic.
you. Yeah, he was gonna learn the subtle art of ninjery, and then he was gonna take you out with your own katana.
But no, yeah, and then he moved in, and surprisingly, we became best friends. And now me and Ron, I love him. He is my Ron.
No, he's gonna fucking katana you to the throat one night in your sleep.
You think you guys have been best friends? This has been the long
This is his
play.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just holding
Shit.
out. He's waiting. He's gonna go after your children's
When you
children.
least expect it. When you least expect it, which sounds like it's right about now.
Well, here he
I
goes.
just imagine Ron coming in.
Samurai
Hit
Ron.
the back of my legs. No, yeah.
Over.
Poor Ron.
So you were. I think it's funny to hear you talk about yourself as a bully, to hear you bully even Samurai Ron, because knowing you are the least bully-ish person.
most
you
passive
are the
person on
nicest.
earth. Yeah.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, you're just like the chillest guy, and everybody really likes you. And
Stop it. You flatter me.
it's just weird hearing you being spoken about in the bully context. You know why I never like physically messed around? Why I never like I keep making really awkward like quasi-sexual You know why I never messed around with you? He says as he twirls his hair. No, I never like physically pounded on you or
Oh my God.
none of it's coming out right. I'm trying to think of how to describe this, and now it all just sounds. I never fucked you. Okay, it's weird to hear you talk about yourself as a bully, and I never like bullied you because the only time I have ever been in a fist fight was with you guys. But more specifically, the only time I'd ever have my lip busted from being punched in the face, you did it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
'Cause I don't know if you meant to do it, but I just remember teasing you, not even picking on you, but just teasing. I don't remember what about. I don't remember why. But for whatever reason, Russell was not having it that day. Russell was done. And so you turn around and you fucking socked me right in the mouth. And it split my lip open. And I remember being so shocked. And I didn't know what to do. So I just started laughing about it. I was like, you split my lip open. Oh my gosh, look at this. And you were like so overly concerned. You're like, really? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Because, you're not a mean guy. It was never in your nature.
No.
And so I didn't want to like But you scared me
You must have
shitless.
pushed him to some kind of limit, dude.
No, seriously. But when you hit me and it rattled me to the bones, it was like, this guy's gonna kill me. Like, he's coming after me. I gotta be careful. I never messed.
Oh man.
Never teased you again as hard as I used
Did
to.
you and I ever fight like that, like physically?
Oh God, I don't think so.
Not that I remember, unless you just knocked the shit out of my, like, hit me in the head or something. I don't remember that though.
Yeah,
Anything
shit.
like that.
I don't remember fighting with you guys ever. Like
Yeah.
I remember like verbal altercations, but I don't remember.
Plenty of those.
Yeah, I don't remember hitting you.
The only person I remember you wrestle ever physically taking down is Dad.
Oh, with the wiffle ball?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like we were at Jamie's.
Can we save that
little
story,
league.
actually?
Oh, sure.
I wanted to bring it back to fist fighting. You guys were fighting.
I was going to ask you. You mentioned a fist fight. I don't remember a fist fight between the three of us. What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't between the three of us. It was between you and I, Steven.
Okay.
Because the only time I had ever wanted to punch someone in the head more than anything else in life.
I remember this story.
Was it when I threw the lettuce at you at Gandolfo's?
Yes. We were working together at the deli, and I want to say the argument started with a playlist, a music playlist. You wanted to
With
listen
us,
to your
naturally.
shitty music, and I didn't want to hear it, and you didn't want to listen to musicals or whatever it was. The whole day had built up to that moment, and we were arguing, and it was in the middle of lunch rush.
Yeah, I was really busy, and I'm sure it was something stupid and trivial.
But I was done.
Yeah, we both
with
were.
Whatever you had going on in your life, I didn't care. I was ready to.
I remember wanting to punch you right in the fucking mouth too. Like,
And I
remember fisting up and everything. Just like, oh my
I think in
God.
order to stop yourself from punching me, you hucked that shredded lettuce across the room, and it hit me poof, right in my face and scattered all down my apron.
Yep.
And I remember just thinking, this is it. I'm going to punch him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to give him the murder right here in the deli. Like, I'm hanging out by the meat slicer thinking of all these terrible things. Let's slice your face off on the meat slicer. But I was so mad. And I remember after you threw the lettuce, just the instant look of, oh, shit, that was a bad thing. Whoops. Should not have done that. Because that moment right there, we were about to fight. But it was the middle of lunch rush, and you and I were the only ones working, so we had to get back
that's
to
shitty.
work and get orders out.
Well, you were right on the nose when you, like, I wanted to punch you, but didn't, and opted to throw the lettuce instead. And I wasn't even necessarily scared, like, oh shit, like, I shouldn't have done that. It was more just like
Anticipating
this is,
that
like, I'm getting ready.
it's going down.
Ready for the hit, and I've got to get ready for my next one, you know?
What? Don't throw a lettuce.
Don't do a lettuce.
Don't do a lettuce.
Don't do a lettuce. Let us not.
Let us not. But that kind of brought me to the realization of we've worked together a lot because you've worked at the Deli Russ.
Yeah, with Steven.
And that was with Steven. Unfortunately, the three of us never had the opportunity to work there together. What I want to talk about on our next episode, I'm going to plug this now, is I want to talk about some of our experiences in the food industry. And I want to put it out there to the audience because I don't know about you guys, but I've been hearing really great stories from people. As we've been telling our stories, people have been sharing their stories with us. And I've been hearing really funny stories. So just so you guys as the audience knows, we are going to talk about next time, if you guys want to.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the just experiences in the food industry because we've had a lot
Yeah, I've got plenty of those.
funny stories togetger. But I would also like to hear if the audience has any and if there are any that are good enough, we can maybe share one of those as well if we want.
Please feel free. Share your stories.
Yeah.
We're not the only ones who have worked in the food industry or the only ones who have wanted to deck someone, I'm sure.
Yeah,
In
seriously.
customer service in general.
Or retail. Whoa.
You work retail?
I sell vape shit.
You currently work. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're currently employed. So yeah, I think we'll talk about that next time because we worked together at the pizza place. We worked together. Oops.
Oh, I've got pizza place stories too.
We all worked at the call center, and call centers bring in the weirdest fucking people you've ever met in your life. So I have some weird exactly. So we've got a lot of good stuff there. But yeah, that's what we'll talk about next time if you guys are cool with it.
Down.
For sure.
And if you are an audience who has a good story from work, please share. Funny stories, crazy stories, weird stories. We'll definitely want to hear that
Love
next
to read them and comment on them. Bye.
Bye. I was trying to follow the schedule because I should have.
I was too, but the next thing in the schedule says, "What can Cactus pick you?" from Russell's fucking notes. So piece that one together for us.
I was drunk. I don't know what it was.
So apparently Russell was drunk and took notes on things he wanted to talk about today. And
Okay, Russell, go ahead. Read us your note.
Wait, what do you got? What did you put down?
So on my actual phone, it says, "What can Cactus?" Period, and then pick you.
What can Cactus pick you? Is it a question?
Yeah,
Is it a statement?
What, Russell?
Oh,
what
man.
can Cactus pick you?
What can Cactus pick you?
I don't know. Oh shit!
Did you want to buy a cactus? Did you get a cactus?
Maybe I was thinking every time I touch a cactus, it's like, what a pick, what a prick.
What can you touch this cactus that was sitting out? What can Cactus pick you? What can Cactus pick you?
Oh fuck, probably.
I can't pick Cactus. What can?
What can? I can't pick Cactus. What can kick Cactus?
What can kick Cactus?
What can kick Cactus? Well, I'm glad we got that out. So
It's good to get that off our chest.
Oh shit!
What do you honestly think was going through your mind when you wrote that down?
Dude, I don't know.
like if you got to settle it though, what did it mean?
Dude, something in my mind was like, why can a cactus pick you, but you can't pick a cactus? Like, it's got to be something like that.
All right, let's take it to the audience, guys. What do you think?
What can cactus pick you?
I'm gonna tweet. I'm gonna tweet that right now from our Twitter account.
What do you guys think a cactus can?
What can Cactus pick you?
Send us your ideas.
Yeah, do you want to tell us about it? Tell us on our social media accounts, man. Anybody, man. Literally. Fucking anybody, man. Oh, shit.
So it's time to wrap up the show. And so I was going to say, okay,
all right, man.
Let's wrap it up. And Russell's in charge of the social media aspect.
I'm sweating.
So.
Oh, all right. Now, yeah. We got a Twitter. It's at the NTLBT. The No Time Like Bro Time. And our Facebook is facebook.com/NTLBT. And we don't have an Instagram. We might, but we don't.
Do we need one?
Do we have our own personal accounts that we're getting? I'm personally getting a lot of comment and stuff and seeing on. I don't know about you guys. I think it would be an easier place to post pictures of me in the hat and Russell with the Coke, with the polar bear and stuff like that.
All right, then we'll have an Instagram account. I'll make it.
Y'all, we're here for the birth of the Instagram account.
Oh, feels so good.
So go on any of those though. Go ahead and log on, comment, subscribe. Tell us your stories from the fast food industry. Tell us what a cactus can pick.
You.
I mostly want to know what can cactus.
Yeah, I don't need to hear what can't Cactus.
We know
we're
that.
Progressive.
We know what cactuses can't.
Yep, we're positive. We want to know what Cactus can pick you.
So yeah, go ahead, subscribe to a podcast, share with people you think who might enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We've had a little bit of audience interaction. I really enjoyed it so far. Would love to see more. And Instagram, we're gonna set it up. Facebook, Twitter. Twitter's at the NTLBT. Facebook.com/NTLBT.
Russell already said all this.
Dummy. Just please share
give
the
some
podcast
samples.
anywhere
Just
you can. Stream it fucking everywhere.
Oh, tell your friends about us.
If you've got someone who you think would like us, if you know a group of brothers that, hey, listen to these guys tell their story.
Yeah, you know any brothers? You know any podcast listeners? You know any cloisters? Any cacti?
Cactus
pick
can
us. They can
Cactus
pick.
can pick you. That's what it means.
Oh my God, cactus can pick us.
can pick you.
Cactus can pick you.
Well, shit, we don't need them to comment anymore, so don't do that.
Oh, well, don't.
Now we just undid. Now we just undid all of our social media work. I wanted to let people know that our merch was available and that they could purchase it, but unfortunately, the only merch we had was the hat, and Steven threw it away. So if you want that rare hat, you can't have it because it's too rare.
Yeah, shit's not old at all. I'm still just as bothered every time we bring up the hat as I was when at its conception.
I'm assuming it's the same way that I feel when you don't do that anymore.
It's too late. I have branded all of our stuff with the rare hat, and there's no coming back from it. But hey, I love hanging out with you guys. There is no time like bro time.
Literally.
Literally. because we're out of time.
Yeah.
There's no time. There's no more time for bro time. I don't know why I was making accent.
There's no more time for
No time for bro time.
Always time for Mother Russia.
Well, I'm mom's favorite.
I'm hat triggered.
And I'm Russ.
This has been No Time Like Bro Time. Don't do a nasty.
Later, butt licks.
That's my line.